And finally, the last yellow box here in Chapter 5, it's the numbers from 61 up to 79. So we're going to learn counting numbers again. This time basically up to 79 because 80 has a different way of doing it. And we're going to do that in a different chapter. Okay? So this one should be fairly quick and easy to remember because we learned soixante, the number 60, back, I don't know, was that chapter 3, I think it was? So soixante is 60. Okay? And we already learned that like soixante-deux, 62. Soixante-trois, 63. You know, soixante. So once you know the word soixante, you know the word 60. Just put the word 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 after it, just like we do in English, 69. You're just putting those two words together to make that new number 69. 60 and 9. The only thing I skipped over was 61. Notice that it's soixante et un, 60 and 1. It makes it quicker to say. Just like we learned 31, 41, 51, 21, okay, 61, again, makes it quicker to say. But we practiced all those numbers already when we were back in Chapter 3. So there's really nothing totally brand new to you right here up through 69. 70 then is a little bit different than what we're used to. France was dominated by the Roman Empire. You know, we're talking 2,000 years ago or more. And since they were dominated by the Roman Empire, they learned kind of the Roman system of counting. And in Rome at that time, they didn't have a separate word for 70 like we do in English, but they counted in groups of 20 usually. And so you have here 60, 10. And you see it's just the number 10 added after 60. So rather than saying 70, it's 60 plus 10, which we know as 70 in the United States. So 70, and then it follows a pattern that you keep on going. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so if I say 60, 15, you can do the math quickly and know that that's 75, right? If I say 60, 16, well, you know, that's 60 plus 16 is 76, all right? So you just got to do that, but with the French words as well. So if I say soixante-quinze, you see, is 60, 15, 75. Soixante-dix-huit, 60, 10, and 8. Add that up, 78. Okay, that's the whole pattern to it. But remember when we played bingo in class that one day? I was doing that for you. When we had numbers up to 75 at that time, I said soixante-quinze, 60, 15, and you guys knew it was 75, all right? That's all there is to it. So there's no new words in this. You know the word soixante. You know the word dix. You know the word onze, douze, treize, quatorze, quinze, seize, dix-sept, dix-huit, dix-neuf. Right? You know the word soixante. You know all those words. So it's just a matter of putting it together in a new way that you're maybe not as familiar with or not used to. You're certainly not used to, and you maybe have to think about it a little bit. But it's not going to be hard at all. So what number am I saying here? I'm going to give you one of the numbers either from 61 to 79 here. You figure out which number I said. Okay? And this first one will be soixante-huit. Soixante-huit. So hopefully you realize that that was 68. Okay? Next one. Soixante-sept. Soixante-sept. And that was over here, 67 again. I was being tricky, wasn't I? Okay, try another one. Soixante-quinze. Soixante-quinze. Okay, that was 60, 15, soixante-quinze, so 75, as you and I say. Next one, soixante-dix-neuf. Soixante-dix-neuf. Well, soixante-dix-neuf, the word's right there, 79, as you and I say. And that's all there is to it. When you hear those numbers, you just got to put them together in your head, maybe do a little bit of math, and you'll get used to that pretty quickly once we practice this more and more. When you're writing these out in words, don't forget you need to put dashes in between these words as well. So it's soixante-dix-neuf. Notice there's dashes there, because otherwise, if you just say, if you had soixante-dix and then you had neuf by itself without the dash, well, soixante-dix, you know, is 70. So they might think you were saying 70 and then 9 of something else, okay? But if you want 79 of something, you've got to have that all strung together with those dashes. That's why the dashes are important. So we're not confused by thinking, you know, soixante-dix-sept. If you have the set without the dash, they're going to think it's 70 and then 7 of something else. So remember the dashes. That's all there is to it. Okay? We'll practice those in class again, and we'll get you good so you can recognize these numbers without really having to think all that hard.